Hello again. I thought that I will change the topic and talk about something which is really not medical, uh, but also something which has been of interest to a lot of people. Recently, one of my friends, who is fairly expert in reading the natal chart or horoscope, he's an astrologer, uh, had sent me a video. And from that, I thought that we will do something similar to that. However, I wanted to start with a very basic understanding of horoscope. I do not know how to read horoscope, but I know the basic understanding, and I thought a lot of people who are interested in it might like to know about basics and may get interested about it. So let me start by saying that horoscope, which is your natal chart or planetary position at the time of the birth, is also very well known in Western as well as Eastern. But most of the people feel that it is not reliable because it is not scientific. And when I started looking at it, I was astonished to see that the people, the ancestors, especially the Eastern ancestors that I know of, had thought so much of detailed version of it. Certainly no astrologer can predict your future, but certainly there can be something said about the planetary position that determines the life events that may come across. So let me start by saying that what is a natal chart, or what is an astrology, or what is the horoscope, and then go step by step to understand how it is calculated, but at the same time put a disclaimer that I have no idea how to read it. So I'm just going to start with the basic understanding. We'll do a few of these videos. Hopefully it will catch your interest and may get interested in understanding more. So let me tell you that the ancestors several hundred years ago decided, as they were looking at the sky, to look at the positions of these heavenly bodies. Thought that certainly they could influence our life. And according to many, that the position of several planets can predict what events are going to come. So it is like a map of karmas that are going to come to fruition. After saying that, I know I'm mixing theology and astrology, but let's start with that. So if you're standing on Earth, think about circular round ball as the Earth is, and you look at both sides of your horizon, and then imagine that the horizon continues even below the Earth as you are like standing on a ball, and this entire thing is a circle. So it is divided into 12 different segments. So 12 different segments of the entire circle are the zodiac signs, but also called the house. So there are 360 degrees in a circle. When you divide 360 by 12, each segment is of 30 degrees. So we have 12 houses, which means each one is consisted of 30 degrees, and they start from the horizon and go up and down, so around the entire circle. So that is each house. Now I also said something that there are 12 zodiac signs. Everybody knows about it. The newspaper carry about it. So in ancient time, when the ancestors were looking at the sky, they saw some conglomeration of stars or constellation of stars that created certain figures. And so they decided to name according to how they appeared to it. And these were the 12 zodiac signs. Now it is of interest to note that not necessarily these stars which form the structure of zodiac sign are within one constellation, but for a distance from when we stand on the earth, they look like they are close to each other and form a sign. So whatever figure or imagination that these people had, they call them 12 different zodiac signs. Now, they're called zodiac signs in Western astrology simply because the position of sun was determining the sign. So let's look at it this way. When you looked at the sun and it is in a conglomeration or constellation which looks like a scorpion, then you are designated as Scorpio, or your zodiac sign is Scorpio. Now think about it, that because the position of the sun is fixed, anybody who is born in later part of the October the sun would be always looking like it is in the Scorpion constellation, and they were called Scorpion. So in an Eastern philosophy or Eastern theology or Eastern astrology, this was not considered as the right zodiac sign. But in Western, the sun position determines the zodiac sign of a person. So when you're born, whichever sign the sun is in, that was considered as your zodiac sign. I hope you got that. But that means that entire population of the world would be divided into 12 different groups, because there are 12 zodiac signs, each one occupying 30 degrees. So if you are going to predict the nature of a person based on zodiac signs, and we will get into that later on, we will have to say that no matter whether you are born in 1950 or 60 or 70 or 80 or 90 or even 1800, your zodiac sign would be exactly the same, and it is difficult to accept that everybody in the world can be divided into 12 segments only. So there is no variation whether you are born October 5th, 1950, or October 5th, 1951, or October 5th, 1980, or for that matter, any other year as long as it is October 5th. Of course, October 5th would be a Libra according to the zodiac sign. So Eastern people thought it differently. Eastern astrology is more based on position of the moon. As you can imagine, we actually, as an Earth, moves around the sun. So the Earth takes entire year to move around the sun. So the Earth moves through total 360 degrees. So every 1 month, the sun corresponds to a constellation, and so the sun is in one zodiac sign for 1 month. And so looking from the Earth, we think that the sun is moving rather than Earth is moving, and that's why the position of the sun related to the constellation is considered zodiac sign. And it becomes fixed because sun moves or stays in each zodiac sign for 1 month. Easterner consider lunar position. So the sign is determined by position of moon. Now, as you can imagine, the moon moves around the Earth in 28 days. So if you divide that by 12, 28 divided by 12 is a little bit 2 1/4 or so of day. The position or the relative position of the moon related to the constellation will change. So the zodiac sign will be different if it is based on moon position, and so it changes every 2 1/4 days roughly. And so it is much more divisible for the entire world. So even if you are born on October 5th, 1950, It'll be different than if you're born on October 5th, 1951, or if you're born on October 5th, 1910, because the position of moon would be different on all the different October 5th. The position of the sun will not change. So this is the basic understanding of zodiac sign. I want to expand on it in the subsequent videos, but let's start with that. I hope this intrigues your inquisitive minds and you will watch it. Thank you for watching. If you like, please subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day.